Dude.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Dang, dude!
Okay, well,
I'm
welcome,
a little
my
freaked
crypto
out right
comics
now.
compatriots. Welcome to the How To series, formerly Creating Comics, where we discuss various topics. Today's topic is brought to you by Tom Rapka.
Tom, woo!
What's up, Tom?
Woo!
How's it going, guys?
Crowds are going wild,
Good.
Tom.
How are you? Hell yeah, dude.
Don't forget to chime in on the chat if you guys have a question. It would also be extremely helpful if you could share out the video as well. So Tom, tell us a little bit about your newest project.
Well, this one is actually it's new, but it's kind of old. We're remaking an old version. As you know, it's we have the old version on Crypto Comics as well. We've had it redrawn and a little bit of a rewrite on it to make a large graphic novel, about 75 to 100 pages. It's about a guy named Eric. He wakes up during a pandemic, and there's a virus like COVID that has mutated, and he believes the government has something to do with it. There's a lot of conspiracy stuff mixed in, and it's going to be fun. I don't want to give too much away, but it's going to be good.
All right. Yeah, reading through that thing, it was like, oh, man, he's in isolation. I know what that's like,
It's kind of starting just like this, yeah.
Yeah. I love that story. Love it. Plus, I love how, like, you don't say his name for quite a while in the comic, so it almost, you could put yourself in his shoes just that much easier. And so,
yeah. We wanted you to kind of like take a different look on the whole zombie thing and not just go slasher right off the bat. That will come, but right off the bat, we kind of wanted to like what would I do in that situation? You know what I mean? And yeah.
All right, Tom, love your comics. Great to see you on. Yeah. And then we have Rose Kirby from the UK. So she must be a time traveler. So it's Christmas Eve morning there. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
So let me see. So we do have some crazy videos coming up. Tom, I believe you're going to be joining us for a little bit on the New Year's Eve party, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
That will be cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
So today's topic is kind of how you take just an epic adventure and break it up into actual single issues, so that way it can be told and stuff like that. That's kind of a tough one for me, because when I'm writing, everything is just this huge,
right?
Well, epic kind of storytelling. So it's hard to figure out where to start the pacing throughout everything. So, yeah.
Right. I'm actually still kind of learning that myself. But some books you kind of, you have an idea and you kind of just go with it as issue by issue. And then there's the other, like you said, the epic ones where you think out like this entire massive story and then you break it down. The way I do it is I like to think about it as almost as if it's like a TV show, like you're watching like a TV episode.
Oh, okay.
And just personally, it makes it easier for me. I watch a lot of TV. I'm Netflix junkie. Binging on Netflix. So yeah, just honestly, that's kind of how I learned.
Okay. So I do have a question about T3 Comics.
Sure.
What does the T3 stand for?
Honestly, it's I kind of just made it up because I didn't have anything to put my books under.
Oh, okay.
I had a little thing with my life. I've seen the number 33 like for years and years and years through my life. So I thought that'd be kind of cool, 33 with the T instead of just a 3 and a 3, have a 33. But then there was like a second meaning, like the whole thing started based off of a 3-book series, and it was going to be like T for Tom and 3 books. It was kind of corny, honestly.
Oh,
I had
that's
no idea what I was
okay.
doing at first. But yeah, it was Old Man of the Mountain, the Book of Sarah, and the Book of Orion. Those were the 3 that started like
Mhm.
the entire thing.
All right. Yep, 33 there. 3 is the magic number. And we have hello, gentlemen.
Hello. Good day.
So, okay. Let's jump into some questions. I think we lost Jared. Yep. Looks like he's having some camera issues, so he'll be back as soon as he can. All right. I guess with the whole writing process, you've been writing for a long time. I mean, these are some pretty crazy epic books. I love them. Love them.
Thank you.
Kind of walk us through your writing process, like starting from story conception to it's finally out there, ready to be sent out.
Originally, they came to me. I would just think about them while I was at work. I would cook in the kitchen at a buffet place over in Indiana, and I'd just think it through my head, plan it out page by page, and then honestly, I wouldn't really make a script. I would just open up Notepad and I would just write the idea down and everything that I could think of, not worrying about like how I'm writing it or what's what format or anything, just getting it down on paper. And then I would go back through that and turn that into a script by adding more stuff, adding more description, adding dialogue, and kind of just going over it multiple times.
Okay.
Also, I would make a script that would be just basically panel by panel for the artist to draw, and then I would make a script completely separate that was with the dialogue, just to keep it separate. Also, I didn't know if it would confuse the artist or not, if he's reading an entire book and trying to figure out the art.
All right. So
I don't know.
that's another kind of big thing is dealing with the artist. How have you managed to do that in the past? I mean, you've worked with some pretty cool artists. Kind of
I got lucky.
what's the process working with them?
Honestly, like say like Steve Geiger, he did a cover for Old Man of the Mountain. Honestly, I just gave him an idea and he just took that one and ran with it. I showed him, I gave him the book obviously, so he knew who the character was and everything, and he just did that. Same thing with well, no, Tim Vigil kind of did his own thing for he did a cover for this Death Dwells.
Okay.
But yeah, you basically just honestly you needed to think it out as much as possible. And if you think you're done, you probably don't have enough, because the artist is going to ask you for more stuff. You know what I mean? Like where's the lighting coming from? What direction are they looking at? You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure you're extremely thorough with giving them instructions, unless you guys are working on like a collaboration, then obviously you let them do their thing.
Okay. Hey, Jared's back.
Hey.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Like,
Hey,
I wish I knew how to run any of this stuff.
You could be going all day long, no technical difficulties. The second you're going live, that's when everything crashes on you.
Yeah, I was testing everything before we got started. That's why you guys didn't notice me. And then freaking we get on and I'm like, oh, wait. Oh, my audio's wrong. My video's wrong. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Panic. Sorry.
Not a problem.
So what kind of research goes into your books?
Not much. I mean, it depends on like what you're talking about. Like research as in for the story, or research as in like
Just either for the story or,
artist.
you know, I guess character designs, the story itself. Like you're dealing with
Oh,
a
okay.
pandemic now. Is it just I'm sitting at home, I'm about to lose my mind and act somebody, I'm gonna write a story about it? Or is it like, you know?
No, actually, Death Dwells started out as it was supposed to be kind of like a joke, like a kind of like a funny book, like a comedy.
Really?
Yeah, if you read the first one, it's kind of goofy. It's on crypto if anyone
Yeah.
is interested.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have the link here. Just 1 second to find it. All right. So you can actually join the Crypto Comics system and follow Tom by using the link, by using the URL cryptocomics.com/u/T3comics. So, yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, for the time being, anyways.
Yes. Well, no, they'll always be able to join and follow Tom.
Oh,
by using
my
that.
apologies. I meant to read for free.
Yeah. There are some, he's got some seriously great comics. Actually, let me show my screen here. Okay, so if you go over here, here is his account. Like I said, you'll be able to sign up and follow Tom right there. But if you scroll down past all his badges that, you know, he has, and Jared, this one's only for him. Okay. So
What?
right here,
What?
you have all of his comics. Oh, there's more. Yeah, there was another issue of Sammy the Bean. I love Sammy the Bean. I really do.
Oh, yeah. We got a Halloween one coming out, so
Nice.
we missed this Halloween, so we're gonna wait for possibly next one, but I'm not sure. Maybe earlier.
Okay.
So now, Sammy the Bean, that story is told by your partner in crime, right?
It's a little bit of both of us.
So you guys are the dynamic duo.
We are the dynamic
Nice.
duo. Julia Cutney is her name. She's also writing a novel that will go alongside the Death Dwells graphic novel. And
wow.
our characters will intertwine with each other's books. Her characters will come in my books. My characters will come into her books or her story.
Can we open it up a little bit? Check it out.
The cover is by Walter Figueroa.
I love it. It's dark, and you know, it's got that old horror kind of film to it. So yeah.
He pencil inked that. I colored it, and Edson D'Angelo did the artwork on the inside.
Nice.
Amazing artist. He's out of Brazil.
And I love that just kind of little stuff like the Book of Sarah cover.
Yeah.
You know, I absolutely love that.
I like hiding.
I gotta say, Book of Sarah and Old Man, they're some of my favorite on the system. I love them.
Appreciate that.
So yeah, just watching everything get worse.
What was that, Jay? Facial expressions. They're really good. They're really good. You know, you could tell like what he's going through, what he's thinking. The artist did a great job.
Yeah, great confusion and frustration, and
yeah, it's really it really shows through, which is fantastic.
All right, before we get too far into all this, so yeah, how do I word this? How important is it to find like a really good editor for all this?
I guess it really depends on what you're looking to do with the book. If you're looking to just, self-publish, and I'm sure you could, kind of edit yourself with all the technology we have now. But if you're looking,
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a pretty brave statement.
it's possible.
I don't know about
possible.
that. Now let's
It's possible. It's just I can't do it. Okay?
let's discuss this idea here.
All right.
So the editor, the role of the editor is to take what we put out, and because we're putting it out, our mind tends to like put things in that aren't or are in there. Like I swear I'll read something and then I think I've done all the proper grammar and I've read through it like 1,000 times. And I always see it there, but then I hand it off to an editor and that person's like, oh yeah, your grammar sucks here. You need to fix this. Oh, there should have been commas here. And you're like, I swear I put those in there.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. It depends on what you want to do with it. If it's just for fun and it doesn't really matter, you know what I mean? You can do it yourself and save the money. But if you're looking to actually possibly get published and,
how much does an editor cost?
Ooh, that can vary between, a lot of times $10 a page, but I'm not really sure.
Oh, wow.
I think they all charge different.
Dang, dude. Origin story would have been $100, Matt.
Thank God for Lindsay.
Dude, seriously. And Joe and all the people who freaking, oh my gosh. Wow, I didn't realize. And that and you're saying that is that the lower scale in editing, or like can it get up there depending on the reputation of the editor, or?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure it gets way higher than that. I think I got a deal on that one.
Wow. Oh, we got a question from the field. Oh. Rose asked, Tom, did anything from the TV influence you to write these comics?
Absolutely. I'm a huge fan of obviously The Walking Dead, but also the original, the black and white, like Night of the Living Dead, the punk rock 80s, Return of the Living Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead. I love zombies, man. I love zombies. And I've always wanted to write my own book with zombies. So what started into a joke is now like almost like our main book. It's weird.
That's awesome.
And I love it just because, it's such great influences. I mean, it really does show, like, it has that horror movie feel to it. And it's like, oh, wait,
Swamp Thing and stuff. I love those like old movies. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I get that feel from the black and white. Actually, I like the fact that it's not colored, because I think that adds to almost a depression feel to the flow of the story and stuff. I really liked that. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but I felt like, because I noticed that there was a real gray tone to the way.
Wanted to look. Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Wanted to be like a little like grimy, dirty, like it's everything's falling apart, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You guys. That's a great job. You guys did a great job.
Thank you, Edson D'Angelo, man, he's amazing.
So, how did you actually meet these artists and kind of bring them into the fold?
Usually when I'm getting ready to do a comic book, if I have an idea for like a different style of art, like for this one, I think I put a post up in a couple groups and he responded with his portfolio and I went through that and kind of went from there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's actually pretty easy this time, but that's what I do with most of them. I just make a post, find the style of art that I like and then private message them and talk to them about everything.
Right on. That's what it takes. Networking.
Oh yeah.
So what would you say your success rate is as you reach out? So you find somebody you want that, their art looks awesome. You reach out to them. Like, how many people do you have to reach out to before you get somebody who's like, oh yeah, I'll work on this with you, and you guys are able to negotiate out a mutually beneficial arrangement?
Well, usually I only reach out to the people that comment on the post. Besides like Steve Geiger and like Tim Vigil, I kind of went to them myself, asked them. But usually it's only a couple because they're already interested when they're commenting on your posts.
Right. Oh,
that helps a lot.
Excellent advice right there.
Yeah.
Excellent advice.
Zombies are cool. Yep.
Zombies are cool.
Let me see.
I'm
Did
sorry,
you
no,
catch
I
the
didn't.
bat?
No, but the bat does have a significance to him a little bit, but nothing like Negan or anything like that.
Oh, what
I'm
is that?
sorry to
Relieve?
sorry to break hearts.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Eve.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas Eve. Eve.
Eve. It's Eve, gents.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We just got called gents, y'all.
good day.
I feel like I need like some tea. Look, I even
Oh,
got the
yeah.
pinky.
Pinky's up.
It's not tea, but still get that pinky.
Oh, cheers.
There we go. Yep. Pinky's out. Yeah, I love that.
Pinky's out. That's
All
right.
right.
Always,
Yeah.
always.
Always.
So what is it like? Doing? So the main focus right now is where Death Dwells. That's your main project.
Oh, wait 1 second. I got something for that. Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Bam! Come and support the Death to Wells reboot
Dude.
Kickstarter.
Oh, you're taking on this incredible journey. Oh, you.
Launching on New Year's when everyone told me not to.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you, man?
We're crazy, man. We're just crazy.
Oh, right on. Well, hey, I can get behind that. Little bit of crazy. Everybody needs a little bit of crazy.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
That's right.
All right. Now I'll actually
And
put
just
the Kickstarter
going on.
in the chat here for everybody.
Yeah, it's not launched yet, so you can hit the notify me button and it will notify you immediately as soon as it goes live.
That is what I've done right here. So I can't wait. Speaking of which, when is it going live?
It is going live at hopefully midnight on New Year's Eve.
Nice.
Wait.
show with you
Which midnight? What time zone are you?
Oh, well, it is 8:27 right now. So
8:27. So you're central.
Central.
So
Okay.
you're actually the second ball drop of the four that we
first
have
is
to
the
go
worst.
through.
Second is the best.
Are you gonna drop off after that one, or are you gonna make it the distance?
I think I'll make it the distance.
Are you sure, man? I mean,
I think so.
I'm
not a big
wondering. I'm like,
drinker,
man,
but
can
I
I
don't know what
drop
the
off
campaign
after
will
the
do.
Mountain Standard drop and just be like, I made it this far? Forget
Yeah.
Pacific Standard Time.
Wait for the one to go off on the other side of the world.
Well, I figure either something crazy is gonna happen on the East Coast side or something crazy is gonna happen on the West Coast side. Nothing ever happens in Central and Mountain. You know, we're kind of like we're all normal.
Yeah,
We're all
pretty
shooting
chill
off
here.
guns. and-
Shh, dude, come on now. We only do that in
Illegal.
designated areas,
Right. That's what
which
I
is
meant.
my backyard. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm probably not kidding, huh, Matt?
I allegedly have no idea what you're talking about. I'm staying out of it before the law comes to bust on your door, Jared.
I don't mean
I'm
like that.
pretty sure that's what happens at New Year's Eve. You're supposed to like get wild, fire stuff
Fireworks.
into the air, pray that it doesn't come down on somebody.
All right, so
I hope people don't really do that. By the way,
back to your books and stuff. What do you think makes a good story? Like, what are your benchmarks to this is a good story?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think that could be a lot of different things. Yeah, you kind of hit me with a hard one there. I mean, you definitely have to have a very interesting character, that's for sure. And you don't, you want to have an end goal, like in mind. You don't want to just like wing it unless it's like a comedy or like something not so serious. If you're trying to do like an epic thing, I would say write the whole thing first before you even start putting it into a comic book.
like write the whole arc. So or like storyboard it type.
At least in like a paragraph form, maybe not like scripted, but just so
Okay.
you can stay on track, because you don't want to keep changing things, because the artist, you know what I mean? If you change something later on, you might have to go back and change pages that the artist already drew. You want to make sure you have like the whole thing, solid before you start going through it.
I never even thought of this. So basically, as you're like the whole idea you're saying is you got to have that something, that the roadmap that tells you where you're going, because if you change anything, it could cost you money.
It could possibly, yeah. If you have to go back and
Wow.
change pages, definitely. And
Well,
depending on how many pages it takes, you know what I mean, price goes up or down.
Oh, right. Have you ever been going through a story and then all of a sudden, like it does that, it has scope creep and it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger?
That's actually how Old Man Orion and Sarah started. It was originally just a story of Orion, and then I just kept building on that, and Old Man of the Mountain came of that, and then the Book of Sarah came of that, and now it's gonna be like Old Man's probably gonna at least be 3 to 5 books. Sarah's gonna be 3 to 5 books, and Orion's gonna be 3 comics, and then we're gonna put them all into a graphic novel. And they're all the same storyline. They all run.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or Old Man of the Mountain is where Orion is a child and is being trained up, and the Book of Sarah.
Okay.
Sarah is actually his wife. And it goes through that timeline, and then when that book ends, the Book of Orion will begin, and that'll end the whole series of everything.
Oh, wow,
that's cool.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
So that went from something small to something ginormous.
Yeah, it was gonna be one book originally.
So. Yeah, Man of the Mountain, that one in the marketplace, man. I started reading into it and I was like, oh my gosh, man, holy crap, what is going on here?
Yeah, some people said it was brutal, a little too graphic, but it was like, that's real life. Like, stuff happens in real life. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I didn't think it was too graphic, man. That was awesome. That was
it was awesome. It was awesome. It was just like you see the story progressing, and then all of a sudden Legion comes in and just I'm like,
oh yeah.
I mean, it draws you in at that moment. You're like, oh my gosh.
Sarah was kind of done in a different format than your typical comic books. Was that a by choice, or was that kind of necessity? How was that?
I kind of wanted him to almost tell his backstory as we're showing what's going on, to leading up to, so we could start the book. It was kind of like this, like the number one was almost like introducing the characters, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was just telling Cyrus, the DJ, that we'd love to have him play some music for us through the New Year's Eve
nice.
party.
Yeah. Want to make it an event. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Right? We're going to need some dance music, man. 4 hours is going to be grinding.
So what is your work schedule like? Do you kind of treat the writing stage like a 9-to-5 job, or do you focus mostly on the publishing aspect with T3, or, and then you just write when you can't? How does that actually work out?
I actually don't. I pay attention to the publishing part as much as I should. Because honestly, I have to learn about it, because I'm not really good with marketing and, selling books and all that kind of stuff. I'm more just like, I want to create them.
That's cool.
But
that's respectable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry, what was the question?
Well, I mean, I was just asking kind of like, what's the basically kind of what's your work schedule like? Does it focus mostly on, the I'm writing, or do you have another job and T3, kind of plays second fiddle to that, or how does,
No, I'm actually not working at the moment. I haven't been for about 2 years for some mental disabilities and stuff. But I have trouble sleeping, so sometimes I'm up 3-4 in the morning writing or inking or coloring. A lot of times I'll just spend all day doing that. I'm sure that's lucky compared to, people with jobs. It's a lot harder to do that.
So
Yeah,
is this an outlet for you? Like
a
a
little
way
bit.
for you
Yeah,
that's
Nice.
cool.
it helps me not lose my mind because I have I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
No, I'd lose my mind if I'm not writing.
Don't
So, yeah.
we're all crazy. We're
Well,
all crazy.
yeah, that's true.
Have you
That's true. Yeah.
seen this guy? I mean, I'm like, I have to come here just to make sure everybody is like, okay, somebody sane is there.
You
What I'm
know, it's
saying?
a scary thing if this guy is the responsible one,
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm responsible for something?
Yeah, to keep us in line.
Oh my gosh. Let's not go there, guys.
You're the
Please.
boss
No,
man.
I was joking.
I
was
was like,
joking.
I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, before the show, Jared, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, Jared was saying he's the boss. I'm like, nah, ain't nobody listening to him.
Hey, Matt, shh, Matt, stop. What are you doing? Shh. I'm the boss.
They didn't give me the code. They didn't give it to me.
So you've had the last 2 years to really just grind on your comics and stuff. That's actually, I mean,
Yeah.
I understand the situation surrounding it's probably not the brightest of rainbows, but I mean, talk about a bright side. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
it's pretty exciting. I think we're not like drawn out or anything, but I think we're up to like 17 books that are fully written, just ready, waiting for artwork.
wow.
So, yeah, really excited.
Dang it.
Yeah,
That was
Matt,
going to be my follow up question.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, Matt, how many you got?
Hey, written out or actually
Yeah,
published?
written out.
All right.
No. How many you got written out? You got I'm thinking he's got like 10 or 11, right?
Somewhere around there. I thought you were going to say something else. I was like, nope, about to remove Jared.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Come on now.
No, I get into situations where like I'll start working with an artist, I'll pay them for half up front and then they're like, okay, cool. And then, I'm messaging them, oh, this account doesn't exist anymore.
Ooh.
What the hell? So
Yeah, that sucks.
yeah.
You got to try what Tom was talking about. You got to put it out there, and then you got to talk to the ones that post, that show interest. I really like that insight.
That's how I'm working with that this artist named Jordan on the new comics that I'm working on. But yeah.
No, that's fantastic. I mean, that truly is a really, really beautiful insight into the ability, or actually, I guess I should say something that really benefits the networking aspect. You know what I mean? Because I have heard the horror stories. I mean, Matt and other creators that I've met through this experience. I mean, I have heard the horror stories, and it really is. I mean, it's just dream crushing.
It is,
especially when you see people like you, Tom, and Matt, when you guys talk about it, and you're like, oh, I wrote the story and it's going to be awesome. And then you guys, and Matt actually showed me a picture that somebody had drawn for him. It was freaking awesome. It looked incredible. He was like, oh yeah, I'm going to freaking have my comic done. Look at what it's going to look like. And I'm like, oh, this is incredible. And then I freaking talked to him, a few months later. I'm like, oh my gosh, how's it going? He's like, I can't even talk to the guy now. I'm like, oh, no, you're kidding me. Oh,
yeah, I've run the gamut of horror stories with some of the artists. And then Jared's like, dude, why don't you draw it yourself? You think I got that kind of time? Like,
yeah, it's like if I could, I don't even think I would be.
You think it's that simple when really it's not, and that's why kudos to the artists, and they deserve to be paid. Oh, yeah. But man, I really liked your advice, Tom. I really liked your advice of how it is. You put something out there, and then those that comment, they're putting, they're almost like kind of signaling putting something in the game right there, just saying, hey, I like your stuff. And that's a really great way to actually like field out the networking or possibilities and getting a project going.
It's good to also put maybe a small little description of what you're doing also. And if you have if someone drew a picture up for you, you could put it, and that'll help, with people to whether they know whether they're interested or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
More of a visual.
So give them an idea of the style you're looking for.
Yeah, style, but also like, yeah, I guess style is the right word.
Well, style. I mean, style is a broad term, but I'm sure there's other aspects to it because there's also the working relationship, personality to personality. I'm sure there's other aspects to that dynamic.
Right. Definitely. That's another thing. You always want to check their pages to see how long they've been on Facebook, because a lot of people make pages and you can see they just started it in 2020 or like a month ago, and they'll ask for money and stuff. You want to be really careful with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I didn't look to see.
So somebody just created a Facebook page and was like, "Hey, I'll do your artwork for you."
People do it all the time. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. That is so lame.
It's crazy. I used to sell vintage Star Wars online, and I had people doing it with that even.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, they'd buy stuff off you, have you ship it to them, then they'd block you and open up a case with PayPal and like try to send you back, like an empty box.
Oh, they would charge back on you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's one of the problems with freaking Don't get me started. Trust you me. I've been told about those nightmares. That's insane. That's so BS.
Yeah. See, I think it's funny when they actually, if you read the descriptions, sometimes it'll actually say, this is just an empty box. And they'll charge you. Like, I've seen somebody pay a couple $100 for something.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was a PS4 when they first came out. And he was being charged like $300. But if you read the description closely, like towards the middle, it's like, this is just an empty PS4 box.
Oh my God.
So then when they got it, they were like, "No, we're trying to charge it back," because he was like, "What the hell?"
It's in the description.
They were like, "Did you read the description? It says it's an empty box."
Oh, 300 bones for an empty box. If I ever do that, guys, don't hang out with me anymore.
If I did that, anyway. Oh man,
I'm kidding. Much love. Come on now, Jared.
Oh, thank you.
It's always a good day when I make him cry. So, all right. So, kind of back to your story. How do you handle the pacing in your comics? Because I mean, it's so well done. Like with Death Dwells, there's this constant tension, and then it kind of builds up to. I can't give anything away. It builds up.
It kind of just goes back to what I was saying earlier about like the TV show. I just kind of try to write it almost like a episode of TV. You know what I mean? Like a series episode. You definitely want, them to come back to read the next book, the next issue.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to, build that up. A lot of times, I don't know if this helps or not, but a lot of times when I'm writing, I put on like really epic like metal and stuff and music when I write it. So, do
you find the cliffhangers to be kind of hard or like because of the music and then just everything you got going, it just kind of and you just know how, and you know where that cliff is, and you just cut it off so that everybody's like, what's gonna happen?
Sometimes, not all the time. With this one, I kind of like immediately knew what I was gonna do. Once I realized I needed, that spot right there, I was like, oh, I have the perfect thing. You know what I mean? And it just like kind of flowed perfectly. But yeah, sometimes I'll think on it for like a week or so and maybe change it a couple times and try to.
Do you ever get your answers through your dreams?
No, but that's weird that you said that, because
is it weird, Tom?
It's very weird. All this started because I had a dream. I had this really crazy nightmare that I was standing in the middle of the street. It was like almost like it seemed like apocalyptic. It was like a riot. Cars were on fire. Buildings were on fire.
So people
were like attacked. Oh yeah,
2020.
Yeah, people were running, but like they were attacking each other, but like not with guns or weapons. It was just bare fists. And I was standing there just watching this, and I looked over, and there was this guy standing there. And he just was standing there staring at me, and he ran at me and started attacking me and then stopped and hugged me. It was weird. Or no, he hugged me first and then started attacking me. And I attacked him. And when I looked at his face, it was all bloody. And he said, "Senseless violence is eternal damnation." And I woke up and I was like, whoa.
Powerful.
And
powerful, dude.
I was like, I need to make something out of this. Because I went to school for doing like film and stuff. I originally wanted to make it like a short film or like an indie film, but I don't have that kind of money or power or weapons or not weapons, equipment, not weapons. Yeah. So just did a comic book. I actually met Jesse Hansen, and he introduced me into the idea of doing it as a comic book. Jesse Hansen from Cornerstone Studios. He's actually the one that taught me how to ink and stuff also.
Oh yeah, dude, Jesse is awesome.
Jesse's an awesome guy. Yeah.
He's so fantastic. His quality of work is tremendous. He does something.
That is a hardworking dude too.
Very nice
is a hardworking dude.
I bug him all the time, and he don't care.
No, he's super cool like that. He is super cool like that, man. And he's a go-getter too.
I was really happy when it was just a little while ago. He actually finally, like, he's been doing everybody else's comics for so long that he finally got to do his own, and so yeah.
Oh, they got some. I'm excited to see what's coming out of there. I've seen some sneak peeks, and some of that stuff looks amazing. Actually, it all looks amazing.
Well, he's really putting the freaking pedal to the metal, and he's really trying to bring something together. I think by the end of this year, about probably beginning of next, he's going to be rolling out his own universe. Really,
yeah.
It's gonna be incredible. I can't wait. I think he's actually planning on coming on the show and giving us the 411 live.
Oh, really?
I would love to see that.
Yeah, but I ain't saying nothing because I don't know nothing because he's the man with the plan, and I know he's got tons of work to do. So
I love how Jared's like, this guy's gonna do this and this and this, but I didn't say nothing.
Dude, he's got like he's like agents for like 120 freaking creators, man.
Oh yeah.
Like the dude is constantly boom, 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 networking. Recently, he did some work with Darren Davis, Tidal Wave. Freaking he's hammering it out. That is a good friend to have in this business, Tom.
And then check this out. He actually had a brilliant idea, and I think more people should do it. It would make flea markets more fun. He set up at the flea market like a Comic-Con. And he does he does custom drawings for people. It's genius. It's like he's selling his comics. He's doing drawings like live right there for people. Like,
I think now I can't remember, but I think he actually was at the market when we were doing the panels.
Oh
yeah, he's there like every weekend.
Yes, I totally foretold the pandemic.
No, not you, Tom. Oh. He's working on the reboot right now. Come on.
If I foretold this pandemic?
Yeah.
You mean if I like the comic before the pandemic, or?
Yep.
Because you did the comic and now we're into the pandemic.
Ironically, I did the book before the pandemic, but it was about a pandemic. So I just kind of inserted COVID.
That's cool.
If this whole COVID
it's a mutated version of COVID.
Yeah. hey, that's coming too. I heard that happened already. I think I saw that on NBC or something.
That one I did foretell. I mutated it before it mutated.
Hey, well, we need to get you to start writing some happier stuff because
we have actually a comedy book about superhero stoner. That one's gonna be good.
Oh, dude, that's not in the marketplace? Have you started?
No.
Have you started that one yet? Oh, dude, I want to read that one.
It's like halfway
That's
written,
funny.
but well, the first issue's written. The second one's almost done.
Is it now? Let me ask you: is he a motivated stoner or is he a traditional stoner?
You know, I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay, all right, that's cool. I just want to
taking it as it
put
goes.
the idea of a motivated stoner hero.
Oh,
I mean,
he's very
somewhat
helpful.
motivated. You know,
He's helpful.
Come on now. You know, he's like on the couch. He's like, "Oh, that was intense. What'd you do?" Nothing.
I had that Taco Bell, man.
It's all in his mind. He thought he's doing something awesome.
Right? Exactly. He's like, man, I just saved this cat out of this huge tree, man. It was ginormous. Really?
That's awesome.
So,
Just
when it
wait, Matt. I have one. Sorry to interrupt you, bro.
Go ahead.
But Rose kind of has a she was asking questions earlier, and so I felt we should clarify this because this is something that is associated to the show. So yes, we were doing spotlights once a week, and that was a very, very, very aggressive schedule for us to maintain. We were also doing couch once a week, and we were doing how to create comics and now we're doing how-tos. What we're doing right now is we're actually kind of slowing things down so that we can put more time into the preparation of each show, and actually, work things out with the creators, give them more time. Because before, I kid you not, there were times when me, Matt, and Fry were jumping on shows and we had not been able to prepare anything because we were running from the last shows to the next shows to the next, and it was getting just insane crazy. So what we're trying to do now is we're just trying to slow things down a bit so that we can kind of refine what we've got going on here and just make it more enjoyable for the viewership. So thank you for asking, Rose. So yes, spotlights generally are on Fridays. Matt, we're sticking with that, right?
Yep.
And then how-tos will be on Wednesdays, but it's not always going to be every Friday and every Wednesday. Couches on Mondays, but it's not going to be every single time. What we're going to try and do is we're going to try and line up awesome creators like Tom, give them that opportunity to get a spotlight, but give them time to prepare for it so that they actually have some time and we have some time to market, because it was getting crazy and everybody wanted to murder me, and I'm like, it's not my fault. So.
Well, when you're on a schedule like that, tempers tend to flare over the dumbest things.
Oh my gosh, right?
And so we're kind of pulling back in order to make sure that it's a good environment for everybody and make sure that everybody's at top of their game. So,
dude, Tom, you totally called it. Oh my gosh, Tom is a fortune teller.
All right, Tom, you need to write a comic where I win the lottery. Can you do that?
Do what?
Can you write a comic where I win the lottery? So this way,
I think that's a good idea.
When you're predicting the future with your comics,
just cut me in for 5, Matt.
All right.
I think that's a good idea, Tom.
I'll write in there that you give me like 3/4 of it too.
Hey, what? No, come on!
Dang, dude, look at him.
You lose in a card game.
Do I still get my 5%, Tom?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, that was supposed to be a secret. My bad.
Yeah, I'm still getting some, so I'm good with it. I can pay some artists to have some comics done.
Dang.
Yeah. Number 2 and number 3 are almost done too. They just need to be edited and lettered, and they'll be done also.
Nice.
So if this Kickstarter makes the goal, we'll put up as soon as everyone gets their book. We'll have number 2 up, and the same thing with number 2. Then we'll have number 3 up. What is what?
What is your goal for your Kickstarter?
2,500.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, you're setting it at a good place. Now, this is your first Kickstarter?
No, we had one for Old Man that was successful. We had one for Death Dwells that was successful. We also had one for Sarah and Sammy the Bean that were not successful. But we're here to give it a go. I don't give up. I'm still here.
Hey, good man. What do you think? What do you think made the difference between the successful and the non-successful ones?
1,000% on me. I just
really?
Yeah, it's very much you have to almost spend as much time advertising your Kickstarter before it launches than you do when it's launched. I've learned.
Really? Talk to me, Goose. What are you saying here?
At least that's what I've noticed, anyways, and from talking to people and watching other people's things.
So how much time beforehand do you think? Give me your best like guesstimation. What you say? This is at this point you have waited too long.
I would say for sure at least like a month beforehand.
Okay.
But I would slowly try to build up a fan base by maybe like as pages get done, post them and talk about it a little bit, which honestly is not something I'm great at doing. I need to get better at, but that's
That would be hard.
yeah,
That'd be
it's
hard.
hard to work on because a lot of times I'm working on like 3 books at the same time, and it's hard to. I need to like hire someone for my marketing or something. But
Right. Oh, dude. Yeah. Trust you me. I understand completely. I need to hire somebody for my marketing.
yeah, you guys probably have insane crypto with how many followers you guys have on there? Like a couple thousand
On what?
on crypto.
On crypto.
Facebook
In the marketplace?
Yeah, people with books and stuff.
I think currently we have 538. I think, right, Matt? Is it? I just saw the number. We have 538 creator accounts in the marketplace thus far.
Okay.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's freaking. Oh my gosh, man, that's so awesome. I remember when there was 0. It was scary. 0 books too. That was even worse. I was like, oh, there's nothing in there.
Yeah,
cobwebs.
It's scary to put your all into anything because you're
dude,
worried of people rejecting it, nobody buying it, all kinds of stuff. But you just got to go for it and find out. That's the only way you know.
Well, so that's one of the things. I remember I took Jared to his first convention ever. And
crazy.
I met one of my idols. I'm not going to say who it is. But yeah.
Wait a minute. Was this the Green Arrow dude?
No.
Oh,
okay. No, he was another idol that he was actually so cool to meet.
That was an awesome conversation with him.
So, Mike Grell, by the way, is just phenomenal to meet. But yeah, this other guy, so he was an idol of mine. I was like, oh, how cool is this? And I start kind of telling him a little bit about what we were doing back then. It was, what were we called? It was before e-comics.
It was EX.
EX Comics, yeah. So I sit down with him.
Extra, read all about it.
I remember now. I sit down with him. I start explaining it to him. And he looks at me. He's like, that's the dumbest effing idea I've ever heard. Get out. I was like,
whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a jerk, dude. I remember that dude. I can't remember his name.
We're not going into it. But before I could even do the pitch to him, I sat down because he was like, have a seat if you want to talk. I'm like, oh, how cool is this?
Right.
A couple of kids walked up. They were like 7 or 8. And he just started like cussing them out. And I was like, damn, dude. Like,
wow.
What kind of a jerk are you? But
don't meet your heroes. That's
I had a
what
bad
Matt said to me after that table.
I had a bad experience with one of the legendary guys too, but I'm not going to say his name either.
Hey, you guys are cool. That's respectable.
He was oh man, I'm not even going to tell the story because it'll tell who it is.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's better that we know that there's just some people out there that aren't that cool, even though their reputation makes you think they would be.
Right. But on the flip side, for every one bad apple, there's like 100 awesome people. So
that's true. Right after that conversation, we had an incredible conversation with Mike Grell, and he showed us some sketches that were freaking so. Oh my gosh, it was cool. It was a concept book, wasn't it?
It was just his old sketchbook.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
So, and then
He's like, I'll
afterwards,
sell it to you for like $1,000 or something
no,
like
it was
that.
He's gonna
$500,
sell
and I
you
was
his
like,
old
Oh, 500.
it was $500. He was like, I'll sell you the old
And it was
sketchbook.
leather bound. It was nice.
Oh yeah,
It was cool.
Wow.
and I was like,
And it was
oh
his
buy it.
my god, yes.
original Green Arrow concept art. And there was something about the hat, Matt. Remember? It was because you were talking to him about how it was different. I can't remember what it was though.
With that feather.
Yeah, he had the original feather hat, but he wanted to switch it to kind of, more of the hood aspect, which was new. And so at the time, and it was just everything about it. So some of his original ideas for Green Arrows, like
just written there on the pages, dude.
Oh
It
wow.
was
it was
cool.
so cool to actually talk to somebody that was like, I like what you're doing. I like your ideas. And he was giving us advice on how to like kind of tweak the ideas so we can bring in, kind of his generation. And I was like, oh,
He's the one that told us, if you really want to make a difference in the industry, you got to get the creator paid.
mm-hmm.
He was the one that was like, you got to figure out a way to make that happen. If you can make that happen, you can change the industry. And me and Matt were like, we can do it. Yeah. And then we ran into a bunch of walls.
Well,
Yeah, but look at it now. Growing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, okay, back to the whole topic of, writing
Sorry.
kind of the epic story. Got a little off track there. How far ahead can you actually write before like it starts kind of interfering with the art? Like, here's this idea 10 chapters later, 10 issues later. Oh, I might need to tweak this in order for this to happen. Like, how far ahead can you actually write before you have to worry about the artist catching up?
Honestly, I usually try to do like 3 issues before I start the first one. But honestly, like if you are set on an idea and you know exactly what you want, then honestly it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. Sorry about that.
So you're saying 3 issues ahead of the artist?
Yeah, no, I usually do 3 before I even start the art.
Okay.
To
So
make
you'll
sure I
write
have
3 issues, tweak them, tweak, so you know that the first issue is solid, and then go to get an artist for the first issue.
Usually the first one is like completely solid. The second one is about 90%, and the third one's probably like 80-90%. Just enough to where you know exactly where you're heading, and at least for those 3 books, and then you kind of do, you keep it going. But I would say if you but if you have your story down, I wouldn't say you really have to write that far ahead if you know exactly what you're going for.
And
it's all really personal preference.
Okay. How long does it normally take you to just completely, start to finish the script where you're like, I'm happy with it, I'm walking away, moving on to the next issue?
Oh, I don't know if I'm ever truly happy with it.
Perfectionist.
Hence the Death Wells reboot. Okay.
Yeah. yeah, true. It'll be a reboot coming later. No, I'm just kidding.
Now you're getting into Kevin Smith territory.
Yeah, right.
Just reboot the reboot.
Yeah. Man, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
What was the question again?
It was kind of how long does it take you to, start to finish to write a comic book script? At least
right.
Until you're happy enough to hand it off to the artist. How about that?
Oh man. On average, probably a couple weeks to a month or so. Usually I'll write it in a night or two, just listen to music in a big paragraph, and then like it'll take time to, not straight work, but every work on it here and there and build it up. My problem is I'm constantly working on a bunch of different books. So like right now I'm like finishing Aurora. I'm inking and coloring Orion, and we're working on like a photography book. So
Wow.
it's hard to like plan stuff out. But yeah, usually just probably about a month before I actually hand it to someone to actually go over it.
Okay.
So do you try and kick out a book once a month? Do you have a goal like that where you have a delivery schedule, or do you just kind of run on your own time? Like,
I just kind of go on based on what I can afford to pay artists. If I had the money, I probably would have enough books right now to do once a month. Because like I
oh
said,
wow.
I have a lot just sitting there waiting to be drawn. They're already written. But yeah.
Are you planning to do a Kickstarter for each one of them as you go through, or because I mean that seems to be something that works well for you? You've funded like 3 of them, right? 3 or 4?
2, I think.
2?
No, 3. 2 or 3, yeah. I think 2 actually. Yeah, we'll do Kickstarters for them, and if they fail, it'll just take us longer to make it. Really,
That's what's
we
cool
try
about
to
you,
have the
Tom.
book done. What's that?
I said that's what's cool about you. You're like, you know what? I don't care. You know, money. What's money, dude? I'm just gonna get my stories out there.
Fun to create.
Freaking, dude, that's what makes you so freaking cool.
Oh, I know, man.
T3 Comics. Just remember,
Yeah.
everybody. T3 Comics. You saw it here first. Don't be playing. Go check out his
We'll get
comics
it
in the
done no matter
marketplace
what.
and get ready to buy from this guy.
So, do you have any suggestions to help somebody kind of become a better writer?
Oh man, I could ask that same question for myself. I would say, honestly, just write what you love. Don't try too hard. Think of what you really love and think of, what is easy for you to come up with. Because what's easy for you to come up with and what you like, I've always heard that if you like it, most likely, at least 100,000 people in the world will also like it.
That's cool.
So it's like, do what you like. And if, some people are going to hate it, some people are going to like it, but it's kind of a hard question because everyone's different. You know what I mean?
Would you ever put out something you didn't like if you knew it would sell?
Probably not.
See, boom. What a stud.
I was just trying to figure out. I'm like, are you trying to point blank ask him if he's a sellout? Like, what? What are you trying to get at?
Right. Hey, dude, there's a lot of people who would.
Well, hey, if they said, we give you $10 million to write one comic, I might be swayed.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think we all would be swayed at 10 mil.
Yeah.
I mean, they had me at 1 mil.
Yeah.
They
Maybe.
have me. We'll pay you. Okay.
But like, I wouldn't do anything that goes against like my beliefs or my morals or anything like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do like nudity or like, the porn comics that you see all over the place. No offense to them, to each their own. It's just not my thing.
No, that's cool though. That's cool. I think that's really important. Coming from a marketplace perspective, my thought is that if you be true to you and to your stories, then you will find those that resonate with that
Exactly.
message, that story, and that is going to be so much more meaningful than going with some focus group of, oh, well, this is what everybody is liking at this time and your heart's not behind it.
Right. I don't think there's any certain way to write a book. Like when I first started giving my scripts to artists, they told me that it was extremely different. They're like, you're like writing for like a movie.
Hey,
it's just
Sean.
like, well, hey man. But yeah. I feel like as long as you and the artist understand, what needs to be drawn and what needs to be done, I think there's a lot of different ways that you can do it.
Do you give your artists free reign, or do you like micromanage their interpretation of your story?
In the future, I plan on giving free reign, but so far, just because I've already have them all written out and have them planned, I'm a little, the hovering mom.
Okay.
But I'll admit it. But
Do you
it's
think
only
it adds
because it's
time?
already written. I don't know. That's a good question because I haven't done one yet where it's just like, here's this idea, draw what you want.
I'm going to say from experience, yeah, it does add a lot of time there, Jared.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But you get the idea that you wanted, closer to what you envisioned. So it's like if you're going to pay that much money, if you're going to pay that much money with your creation, you might as well have it how you want it.
Heck yeah. I completely agree with that perspective. Like 100%. Yeah. I just wonder, like, because one thing I always hear is deadline. Got to get it out. You got to meet that deadline. And I've always wondered, would the aspect of really like paying attention to the detail with the artist, because the artist, they draw off of their perceptions, and then you get into a process of where it's an editing thing where it's going back and forth.
Right.
That's just an interesting aspect of it, but still very, very cool that actually you want to be that involved and really make your vision seen. I love that. I love that.
They usually draw like a rough and then they'll send it like a picture of it and, say I want it this way or change this way or it's good. And then they'll like add more detail and show it again. And then it's usually it's like good the first time, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly how that is. Matt taught me that lesson.
All right. Well, I would like to, say thank you again, Tom. We're probably going to wrap up this show for tonight.
What? Where's my badge? Don't we have a badge? Is there no badge? Please tell me there's a badge. Matt, do we have a badge?
Hold on.
Wait. Come now. Come on, buddy. Don't let me down.
This is really the only way Jared gets paid from us is in badges. So,
and thus far, I almost have most every single one you can get. Most every single one. That's a statement of almost every single one. I'm still missing a one.
Most good. That is most good. What was that, Christina Ricci or something? I can't remember who said that in some movie. I was like, what? Or was that on Family Guy or something? They're making fun of her. I don't know.
Probably.
So
mostly.
No,
oh, thank you. Look at that. Sean doesn't want me to cry. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. But I'm only going to cry if there's no badge, because
we have 2 coming up for the New Year's Eve party.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So wait. We'll have one for attending the party, and then another one the second that Kickstarter gets released.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! So what date is that again?
The New Year's Eve party.
New Year's Eve should be hopefully at midnight.
January 1st, right?
That's when it drops. Is January 1st? Yeah. At midnight.
You guys are like New Year's Eve party. First of all, New Year's Eve party is December 31st?
31st, yes.
Right. But it drops January 1st.
Yes, but he's in what time zone?
Central.
Oh, nice one. Wow, what a sneaky guy. I got you. Dang, nice one, Matt. So, wow.
So yeah, we're gonna have 2 next time. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Come get your badges.
So I'd like to thank everybody in chat for some of your great questions. Tom, once again, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for helping us by getting those comics in the marketplace. Everybody, go sign up and follow Tom using that URL at the bottom, and leave reviews for some of the best comics you're going to see. They're awesome. Like I
From a
was telling him
great
before,
indie.
Book of Sarah and Old Man, love those stories. Death Dwells, you can put yourself right in there. So good, so good. All right,
Thank
Tom,
you
if
guys.
you want to hang around after the
Absolutely.
video ends, what we're going to do now, instead of going with our typical closing video, we're going to show your Death Dwells teaser again. All right,
Awesome.
Yeah.
thanks
Thank you
everyone.
guys. Thank you.
I know.